Hi, in today's video we're going to go over how to add coolant to the coil cooler. Before we start, I just want to point out that the coil cooler has been put on to a high shelf for ease of filming. Normally it would be below the stimulator. There's a couple of items that you need to add coolant. You're going to need a bottle of approved coolant available from MagVenture. You're going to need a fill tube, and this also comes with a bottle of coolant. You're going to need a flathead screwdriver. Any length will do. I just happen to have this one. And you may or may not need a number 2 Phillips screwdriver. Same thing, any length will do. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn to the coil cooler and we're going to check to make sure that the transport plug has been loosened. This will allow pressure to escape as the coolant in the cooler will expand and contract. I've already loosened 3 of these corners before we started filming. So to open the lid, you just need to place your flathead screwdriver in the slot, push down slightly, turn counterclockwise. Once this has been done to all 4 corners, you can easily take off the lid. The transport plug is located on top of the fluid reservoir. In this case, it is loose. If you're adding coolant multiple times, only checking this one time is necessary. Do not close this plug. Do not tighten it. It must remain loose. If you fail to heed this warning, you will cause damage to your system. Once we've checked that the transport plug is loosened, we're just going to put the lid back on. And it's the complete opposite. Push down, twist clockwise. Now the lid's securely in place. This coil cooler has thumb screws. Older generations would have a Phillips head screwdriver. This is why you would need the Phillips head screwdriver. In this case, we're going to fully loosen the thumb screws and the front cover will come off. And then we have to disconnect the coil just by pushing on the quick disconnects. You must disconnect the coil. Failure to do so will also cause damage to the system. Please note the coil cooler is turned off. So we're going to take our bottle of coolant, open the lid, take our fill tube, connect it to the coil cooler, and then place the tube into the bottle of coolant. We're going to turn the coil cooler on, and you notice that fluid is immediately drawn into the cooler, and we're going to watch the fluid level go up. And this may take 30 seconds to a minute. Once you've drawn all the fluid in, or if the fluid has reached the top level, you can turn your coil cooler off, disconnect your fill tube, set it aside. In this case, the coil cooler is not 100% full, but that's perfectly okay. As long as we're above the 1/4 mark, you can safely use your cooler. Then it's just a matter of reconnecting the coil, and you can't mess this up. There are 2 opposite connectors. And then we're going to put the front face back on. I like to tighten from opposite corners because it just makes it easier to line up. Once the cover's back on, turn the coil cooler on, purge your coil with air, and then you're ready for business. If you have any questions about this process, or if you need to order coolant, please reach out to MagVenture. Thank you, and have a good day.